I am the subject matter specialist for today's seminar. Today we are discussing a very important and interesting subject, that is the CQRS system. The name is Ceasefire Quick Response System, and this system is specifically designed to protect your all enclosed spaces. So when I talk about the enclosed spaces, I am talking about the microenvironment. Microenvironment means anywhere where there is a box and there is a chance of fire. So that can be protected using this system. This is a very advanced technology as far as the different kind of fire technologies are concerned. So it's a beautiful technology, very cost effective, maintenance free, and there are a lot of features of this technology which I am going to present to you today. So welcome everyone, and now we are going to start our presentation. Can I request my colleague Vivek to share the PowerPoint show? Yeah. So, lovely. So you see Ceasefire Quick Response System in front of you, and there is a beautiful bottle which is having a green base. Green means it is filled with the clean agent. Clean agent gas means the product which is having this extinguishment. The day you require it, it will obviously get actuated and it will not leave any residue. So that's what it's a green technology, and it's a clean gas. These are the challenges why you need this system. As I have started that this system is about protection of the microenvironment. So you all know that microenvironment means all different type of electrical cabinets or the panels where electricity is running, and these are the challenges. And a research or wherever you Google or any fire incident happens, once you check about what is the reason of this fire, you would find that there is a short circuit behind it. So most of the fires are starting because of the short circuit. It is not because of any other reasons. Those reasons are maybe in the villages or somewhere else. But most of the urban areas, the fire is occurring because of the short circuit in the electrical mains. And these are the challenges. So your offices, residential buildings, factory complexes, all everywhere there is a chance of fire is there, and the common reason is short circuit. Everywhere you have a panel, be it a home or a large industry or a mall or a multiplex, everywhere you need a distribution box or a panel from where you bring the electricity that is incoming, and then it is being distributed using your MCBs, ELCBs, RCBs, junction boxes, different kind of relays. So all these logics and everything are built inside the panel to run your critical operations, to supply you power. And what happens when there is a fire inside this enclosed space? You cannot notice it because it is closed. You don't know what is happening inside. And when the smoke or something, some flame or anything is coming out, then only you realize that there is a fire which has happened inside the panel. And by the time you realize it, it is already beyond your control because the fire is big. So it is already there out. You do not have those all gears like your fire suits or the protective equipment which you can wear, and you can pick up a fire extinguisher, open the cabinet and fight a fire. So you really have no chance, and what you do, you immediately start running, evacuate the premises. But the evacuation can save your life. Evacuation cannot save your critical equipments, cannot check the fire to get spread. So that is where this kind of system which is there, and this kind of system is required. Next slide please. So what you need when any of these kind of fires are occurring, immediately you have to action. The fire system should be working automatically without any human intervention. That is one. It should be able to detect and suppress fire automatically, even at the nook and corners or the hidden areas. Without you knowing it, it should be absolutely automatically working up. It should be very, very, very suitable and should not harm your expensive electronic equipments, because these all panels are fitted with lot of expensive equipments, lot of expensive components actually. And if this extinguishing agent is able to save you from the fire, it's not able to save your electronics, then obviously means post the fire, then you will be again incurring a lot of losses in terms of replacing all these damaged equipment. So system should be capable to take care, should be good for your electronic or the electrical components. Self-contained system should be there, and system should be automatically working. So that is what is required for protection of these kind of systems. Now you have two kind of solutions available in the market. Before this solution, the local application, you had only the solution of the total flooding. Total flooding means, suppose this room is a server room or this room is a electrical panel room. Then what you need to install a big cylinder of maybe a HFC 227E, a total flooding system, or the CO2 flooding system, or the inert gas separation system. The different kind of separation systems are there. You need to install detectors to detect the fire. You need to do the complete pipe work, nozzles and everything. And then whenever you have a fire, the system will detect the fire using your smoke detectors. Panel is getting actuated. Then the cylinders will be actuated using their solenoid system, and entire gas will be dumped in this room. So suppose you have to flood this room, you may require not less than 70-80 kg of the gas to fill this room.
Yeah.
Then only you can control the fire. These gases are damn expensive, very expensive gases. So this solution, obviously the total flooding solutions are there in the market and they are being used frequently, but now the local flooding systems are also becoming very popular. The reason behind it, they are cost effective, they are small, portable, they are easy to deploy, the cost of installation becomes very low, the cost of operation becomes very low. In case the system is actuated, the cost of refill is absolutely very low.
Loss of agent is also low.
Loss of agent, and you are not polluting the environment. So 80 kg of gas versus 2 kg of the gas, obviously you are just putting 5% of the total agent or 0.25% of the total agent, and you are able to control that fire immediately. In contrary to total flooding system, where you need the separate detection mechanism, which is your smoke detector, you are dependent on the electronics, which is your control panel, then the solenoid. So if anything fails into this complete structure, then your system is in a question mark. It will not work. Wherein this system, the local application system, the tube systems, what we are talking about, this system is totally self-actuating system, a complete mechanical system. It is not dependent on any third-party actuation systems. You don't need any third-party actuation. You are not dependent on electricity. You are not dependent on any electronics. It is totally mechanical system. If the system, the pressure is there in the system, the fire will be detected by the tube, it will be actuated, and the fire will be extinguished. So that is what is the solution. Now we introduce our product, which is the Ceasefire quick response system. You can see the beautiful cylinder fitted with the very advanced direct low pressure valve, fitted with the control panel, and this is the small mock-up of the electrical cabinet. The features of this system is, it's a local gaseous separation system, as I was talking about. It's a very advanced technology. It's a really very revolutionary technology. It's a self-actuated system. You don't need to intervene anywhere. It's suitable for all the micro environments. So be it electrical cabinets or the server cabinets or the other switching cabinets, whatever you think about the micro environment, this system is absolutely suitable for those applications. There are two kind of systems are coming into this. One is the direct and other one is indirect. The principal difference between direct and indirect is the direct system, the detection is being taken care by the tube and the separation is also being taken care by the tube. So the tube ruptures at the point, the weakest point where the fire is, and the moment tube is ruptured, the entire nitrogen gas will come out, which is charging the tube, and post the discharge of the nitrogen, the suppressant or the extinguishant which is filled inside the container will also come out from the same pipe and start getting delivered to the area where the tube has been ruptured. And this will flood the entire compartment. After flooding the entire compartment, you can achieve a complete chemical chain reaction if you are using any chemical gases, or if you are using a CO2, you can achieve a displacement of the oxygen, bringing it below to the combustion levels, and your fire is extinguished. Now we talk about the indirect system. Indirect system is because the tube, why we call it indirect system? Because the tube is working as a detection and the separation is happening from another pipeline. So you need to install nozzles at the various places, and then once the detection has happened, all the separation work will happen from the various nozzles, and you will start getting all the gases getting delivered via those nozzles. So that is the principal difference between direct and indirect. Within direct and indirect, there are two kinds of systems. Can we go back to the slide? No, back. Please go back. Yes. So within direct and indirect, you have two kinds of systems. One is your high pressure system, other one is low pressure system. And you can see in the table also and the slide which is visible in front of you. So these gases are low pressure gases. They are pressurized at 15 bar, wherein the CO2 is a high pressure gases. General pressure of CO2 is around 70 to 80 bars. So for direct or indirect, low pressure or high pressure, for low pressure you need a low pressure container, low pressure valve. For high pressure you need to have a seamless container, PSO approved, and a high pressure valve. So that is what is the principal difference between low pressure and high pressure. Because of the characteristics of the gas, this system becomes low pressure or high pressure. Both the systems are good, both the systems are applicable, both the systems are working perfectly for fire extinguishment. It's a choice of a customer. There are pros and cons. There are something good about one system, something not very good in the other system, but it's a kind of trade-off. If you see as a bird's eye view, all the systems are absolutely perfect for saving your equipments and life. Next please. So now here there is a schematic as I have explained. The direct system on your left, here the tube is working as a detection and tube is working for the separation. So the moment anything is detected, the fire is detected or the heat is detected, tube is ruptured, entire content of the gas is getting delivered on the fire and extinguishing the fire. Whereas for indirect system, the tube is working for the detection, so there is a rupture, and the indirect pressure differential valve will get actuated and it will deliver the entire content of the gas into the fire affected areas or the zones. That's what is the difference. Now there will be a question in your mind where to install direct, where to install indirect. The practical scenario where you need to install indirect system is mainly the big sized cabinets, right? But if it is a multi-compartment scenario, like normally the electrical cabinets are, the direct systems are the right fit. Because you need to install all these nozzles into every compartment, which is kind of lot of drilling work. As it is, the steel conduit pipe will be moving and it's very difficult to install. So direct system very easy to install. It's a tube 6 mm OD and it can pass along with your normal electrical wires, go to every compartment, move like a snake, and you can actually achieve a complete protection of multi-compartment scenario into a direct system. For indirect system, you need to have kind of bigger size of the compartment. So tube can definitely move, but the piping and nozzles are not those kind of flexible thing which can go everywhere. So you need to have a proper setup of the installation. So where you need indirect system, maybe a big transformer enclosure, maybe a big battery bank which is enclosed into a big box, maybe a big UPS box. So all these places, or a server rack from the top, you can do a complete flooding using one nozzle only. So there you can install the indirect system. The direct system is where you have a multi-compartment scenario. That's what is the difference between direct and indirect. Now we talked about some standards. Ceasefire system is approved to LPCB standard, which is LPS 1666. Now that's what is very important here. Any product which is being purchased by the customer, there is a third-party certification agency which certifies that whether this product is being designed properly, is being installed properly, is being maintained properly. So design, installation and maintenance, all three are very, very, very important subject. I can explain you with the example, a system which is not certified. So there is no limitation of the system. So like in our system, we have tested the system and we have found that with 15 bar system, one branch of the tube from the valve should not be more than 10 meters. That's a limitation of the system. Why 10 meters? Because at the end of the 10 meters, you can achieve a total flooding, proper flooding within the given time frame. As per NFPA, the total gas dump should be how much? Between 6 to 10 seconds?
Yeah, 6 to 10.
Yes. So between 6 to 10 seconds or the maximum 10 seconds, you have to dump the entire quantum of the gas into that compartment. Now think about a scenario where from the valve, the last end of the tube is 100 meters.
More than 10
More than 10 meters. So I'm saying the worst case scenario, there is 100 meters.
Yeah.
So the moment it is ruptured, this is the tube which is having only 6 mm outer diameter, 4 mm inner diameter. The pressure inside the cylinder is only 15 bars. Now you can assume a scenario where the gas is traveling to the last 100 meter and it will be traveling and the slow injection will be coming. Your discharge will also be not more than 40, 50, 60% of the total quantity, and the timing what it is going to take will be more than 10 times. So maybe it can take half a minute, around maybe 30 seconds or 45 seconds time to get the gas accumulated into that compartment. Now none of the compartments are 100% sealed. So what will happen? The gas will come, the gas will also kind of exit out or diluting into the atmosphere. So you will not be able to meet up the concentration what is required to extinguish a fire. That is where the design is very important. System limitations are very important. In the market, there are a lot of players are there. They just blindly, because the customer is innocent. Customer has no idea about the product. Customer believes on these suppliers, and just what they say, they become expert and they tell, okay sir, one system, 200 meter tube. The customer will feel that I am protected. He has no idea. Wherein the system, which is having 200 meters of tube with one system, with 2 outlets or the 3 outlets, and one branch is 30 meters, 40 meters, 50 meters, unlimited number of branches are being created. Where in the system, we are using only 4 branches. None of the branches should have more than 10 meters, a distance from the valve to the last end, and just 2 branches are allowed. 2 T connectors are allowed, which can create 4 branches out of it. Because as many T you add to the system, those many leakage points you are creating. So there also there is a too much of distance from the fire potential zone will delay your actuation of the system. And if you go too close, it will be
chance of false activation.
So here also the min and the max limit is specified if you are tested. If you are not tested, you install it the way you want. So many times what they do, they see, okay, you have got this much of money in your pocket, you are buying a certified system. You are buying, the manufacturer or the supplier is bound by the certain boundaries which are being created by the standard. They have to meet up all these standard requirements. They have to do the installation as per the standard requirement. And once it is being installed, because it is being tested towards those kind of parameters. So the certification is very important. Everyone should talk about certifications. Everyone should, all the customers should ask for those certifications. That is what is very important. The features of the system is, it works on all classes of fire, including the electrical fire. It's a totally self-actuation system, and it is a high value risk protection. So whatever kind of machine or whatever kind of electronics you have, you can install it there. There is no cleanup is required because it's a gas, it's a residue free. The design is absolutely flexible. It can be installed in any kind of enclosed environment. The product certifies to all international quality standards. It is a very rugged system. Once you install it, you just fit and forget. Only you need to monitor the pressure in your cylinder and the tube. That's it. You keep on monitoring this pressure till the time the pressure is there. The system is absolutely in working conditions like your fire extinguisher. These are the applications areas. electrical panels, server racks, cabinets, mobile tower switching areas, CNC machines, diagnostic machines, you can install them, generators, presses, printing presses, UPS rooms, battery rooms, wherever an enclosed environment. The UPS room is actually you cannot protect the room, but if the UPS is there into a box, any box you can protect. Because you do not have unlimited number of quantity of the gas. So you need to have a box. Once you know the volume of the box, which is within the 2 cubic meter, 2 cubic meter is a huge size. So if you have a box of 2 cubic meter, that can be protected by this system. Let's compare our system with what is available in the market. I will not name any competitors. We have just categorized them into other reputed manufacturers and the local manufacturers. There are two kinds of manufacturers are there in the market. And while I'm talking other reputed manufacturers, you all know I'm talking about whom. And while I'm talking about the local, there are so many of them. So many of them. So the Ceasefire advantage is we manufacture our own containers. We have got our own deep draw presses, our own treatment plant, our own powder coating plant, our own hydrostatic pressure testing, our own helium leak detection testing. It's all in-house. So that is what is the Ceasefire container is all about. Other manufacturers, many times they buy from anyone in the market. So it is sometimes imported, sometimes bought from other cylinder manufacturers. When you are buying anything from other cylinder manufacturers, once the container is made, it's painted, you really can't do anything. You cannot do 100% hydrostatic pressure testing because your containers are already purchased. If it is being done by somebody else who's your supplier, how you will trust? Because you need to have a very reliable supplier for that. And when you talk about the local manufacturers, obviously you cannot say anything. They manufacture the cheapest quality of the fire extinguisher and cheapest quality of the container. They import it also from China just to bring the cost to the lowest level. And from outside, the paint finish and everything is looking very good. So actually your customer wouldn't know that what is there inside. Wherein we can give you exactly what pressure the system has got, the burst pressure, the test pressure, everything is mentioned into our system. And our cylinders are tested to EN3 standards and IS 15683 standards both. It complies to Indian standard as well as EN standard. Let's talk about the extinguishing agent. We are selling HFC 236FA, which is a streaming agent. That agent is good for the local application. It's been proven. HFC 227EA, which is a total flooding agent. Fluoroketone FK5-1-12, and these all agents are environment friendly gases. They have zero ODPs, so they do not disturb the ozone layer, and obviously they are certified by UL and FM. Other reputed manufacturers are also using certified clean agents, so I will not raise any objection or the questions over there. Local manufacturers, you cannot trust them. They buy anything from the local refrigerant manufacturer, they fill those the refrigerant gases inside, and you cannot rely on what kind of gases are going to be there. Our agents are non-corrosive. Our agent, the HFC series, has got a low boiling point. You don't need to do any cleaning operations after the product is being actuated. It is certified, it is tested with the system. So it's qualified. Can we go to the next slide, please? Oh, this is a beautiful thing what we would like to present to you, our valve. Our valve comes with the integrated ball valve. You can see that red knob at the right side of Ceasefire valve. This is integrated in the valve body. And you have got a valve which has actually very less joints, very less number of, it is made out of one single piece. Wherein on the contrary, if you see other reputed manufacturers' valve, you can see a lot of joints over there. See, none of these pneumatic systems could be 100% sealed forever. There will be a leakage. There will be a leakage. There has to be a leakage. Over a long period of time, yes, it will lose the pressure. But we will lose the pressure more than double the time what others are selling in the market.
Yeah, we minimize the losses due to these.
Yes, so it minimizes your losses, it minimizes your maintenances, and Third thing is, it is very important to note that this external ball valve is just like a knob. Any person who is not aware about the system simply turns the knob to the right, and what will happen? The complete line will be blocked. It's in a closed position. If it is in a closed position, even if your tube is rupturing, nothing will come out from this cylinder. In our case, our ball valve is secured with the Allen key. There is a key, there is a screw which is securing it up. Unless you have the same size of Allen key, you open it, you turn it upside, then only you would be making the system into a non-working condition. So accidental close, it is possible in others manufacturers' valve. Accidental close in our valve is not possible. Intentionally also, if somebody wants to do it, other side he can do it very easily. In our case, there are hindrances. Even if he is doing it, there is a reed switch which is coming out from the panel. So the moment the valve is closed, your reed switch, which has got a relay, NONC relay, it will start giving signal to the panel, and the panel will start showing you the beeps, the trouble beep. That means your system is into a non-working condition. So electronic monitoring of the valve is also there in our valve, which is not available with anyone in the market. So that's the key difference between the Ceasefire systems and the local or the other reputed manufacturer systems. Next please. Let's talk about the tube. Every manufacturer has got their own tube. Ceasefire is selling the special multi-layered polyamide UV protected black tube. The others are selling you a red low grade single layered tube. Our tube can withstand for a very long period of time. The life of the tube is around 8 to 10 years in a normal working environment. In other cases, we have seen the tubes are just getting ruptured, they get the brittle fractures, and so many issues are coming in. Try to understand, the tube is the heart of the system. Tube is working as a detection and the suppression both. If your tube is not of a good quality, you are compromising on the system's quality. Wherein the local manufacturer, they are buying tube from the pneumatic industry. The local, what do you call it, the puncharwalas?
Yeah.
What kind of tube they are using? They are buying tube from them. And these tubes are not getting ruptured the way it should be. In our case, when the tube is ruptured, there is a small miniaturized nozzle is being created. That nozzle is aiming towards the fire. When in other case, tube will definitely, any tube you pick up, you pressurize from inside, you give a fire from outside, it will burst. But the burst characteristic, it could be bursting from the top, from the behind, from the center, from anywhere. And the output, what is coming out from your cylinder, will not direct towards the fire. Where in our case, wherever from the heat will be coming, from wherever the heat is coming, it will rupture to that direction only. It will burst open a special miniaturized nozzle. That is what is the characteristics of a multi-layered tube. While we will be out for the live demonstration, I will try to show you over the camera what kind of rupture we can achieve in our tube versus what is being sold in the market is absolutely. Now coming to the plug-in connectors, our all plug-in connectors are push-in fittings, means they have got the EPDM sealings, and you cut the tube straight, simply put it inside and sealed forever. You want to remove it, very simple operation, pull the spring back and take the tube out if the tube is not pressurized. If it is pressurized, it cannot come out. That is what we are selling. When in the market, they are selling different kind of plug-in connectors. Some are using the screw fittings, which are kind of, if you are not very experienced, and mind you, the installers which are playing the major role into the installations, they are, the other reputed manufacturers are also using third-party installers. None of them have got their own installers on their own roll, who are being trained by them, except Ceasefire. We have got our own people who are being trained to install the system. They are being given the right tools and tackles to install and check the system. None of the others have got this. So when they have to install the screw fittings, then they should be very precise. They have what you call threads,
Yeah.
right?
Tight the threads. Yeah.
So tightening the thread, they need to have the specific torque. They do not have any kind of special tools where this torque is being fixed. They are doing it with the pliers, they are doing it with the hands, and they are leaving all these joints for the leakages in future. And that is where even other manufacturers, they are producing a good quality system and a good quality tube. Because of the poor installation, they are as good as the local manufacturers only. And I don't want to talk about the local fittings. They are absolutely not using EPDM fittings. Nothing is being used which is of a good quality, and they do not stand for even 1 year. You keep on calling them, they keep on coming and filling it and charging it, and it is becoming a big nuisance to you. So while you are choosing, please ask for push-in fittings. Please, because push-in fittings, you really don't need any big. Push-in fittings are having EPDM, they are being manufactured as per the ISO standards, and obviously Ceasefire is selling all the imported push-in fittings, because in India we have not found any manufacturer who could produce this for us. The quality what we are getting from Germany, we do not get it from anywhere else. Let's talk about the standards for pressurizing equipments. We have already spoken about all the fittings and everything. If the pressurized equipment can maintain the pressure within the system, then it is only in a working condition. If you are compromising anywhere in terms of your installation people, in terms of the quality of the fittings, in terms of the tube, you are losing this vital point, and your system is not going to stand for a very longer period of time. So that is what is the problem. Service, as I have said, we are installing ourselves. We do not believe on any third-party installers. We sell it. We install it. Our installers are trained. Every 3 months there is a training which is happening for them, and they are not allowed to do any installations unless they are being certified as per our own ISO process. We have a direct distribution. Over 180 cities we are covering via our own branches. You have any complaint, the Ceasefire representative will be there within 24 hours or maximum 48 hours. That is what is our turnaround time. Wherein for others, once you log in any complaint, they will contact some third party. The third party's availability, he is fallen sick, he has got some problems. There is no control. They can come today, they can come after a couple of days also, and they don't come also many times. Installation, I have already explained you what we have and what people have. Our people are trained, and this training program is also approved by LPC as per LPS 166. Production control checks, they do the surveillance audits, they go to the market, they check your installations. So once you are certified, you cannot play with the quality of the system if you want to maintain your certification. This third-party certification doesn't mean that once you have taken a certification, it is forever. It is not for life. It's not like your driving license. Once you have taken driving license, it is there for 15-20 years. No. Every year, every 6 months, there is a surveillance audit. When their auditors will travel, they will go to your installation, they will go to your factory, they will come to your marketing offices, they will check your complaint management system. Everything is being monitored by them. And you have to qualify to this standard to further extend your certification to next year. That is what is important. And there is a huge cost which is going into maintaining the certification. So one thing is getting the certification, other thing is to maintain the certification. It gives you a complete peace of mind. That is what I will do. I already explained about this LPCB, so don't need to talk anything. Panel features. Oh yes, Ceasefire panels can house up to 4 cylinder systems. What we have seen, because Ceasefire, we do not believe into copying, we believe into inventing. When we went into the market for installations, initially we also have one single panel with the one system. But most of the places what we have seen, there are multiple numbers of electrical cabinets, and most of the time it is 3 to 4 cylinders per installations are a very normal situation. To meet this requirement, what was earlier happening, we installed 1, 2, 3, 4 panels. if customer has to monitor these 4 panels, he has to go to 1, 2, 3, 4 every panels and keep on monitoring them separately. What we did, we had created 4:1 panel, where this panel can take inputs from up to 4 cylinders, pressure switch 4 cylinders, and it gives you a complete thing into one place only. So the hassle-free system, it brings down the cost, as well as it is becoming very effective in terms of the monitoring. So that is what is the total difference between the kind of panel what Ceasefire provides versus what is being sold in the market. Thank you very much for your attention. Stay tuned. I'll ask my technical support team to please bring the camera in, and we will go out and we'll show you a live demonstration. You can see a live fire in front of you, and then after that I'll be returning back into this room, and if you have any questions, we would be answering it. For Facebook Live users, you can put your questions into the Facebook Live page, and our technical team will be more than happy to revert back to you. So over to Keshav, and I'll wear all these gears so that I'm ready for the transmission. Like this.
Stop share.
Okay, can you please mute?
Stop share. Stop share.
Vivek, can you mute here? Lovely. So I hope I'm audible to everyone. Let's go out. Keshav, can you please? Please. I'll just have a small shot of water. Please maintain a social distancing between both of you. Don't come very close to me. So welcome to Ceasefire AI Center. As you see behind me, those beautiful cylinders, the bottom switches there to fight all classes and all kind of fires. These are the systems at my left. You could see all the sanitization equipment what we had created, seeing the corona threats, and this center is made for doing the fire research. There are very few fire system manufacturers who have got this kind of facility. So we are fortunate, we have got this. We can do live fires, and here we are going to present you the fire. So I'll ask my firefighter to please get the system ready. So you'll open the valve.
So on the panel
will switch off. Can we switch on the panel also? So that's the panel I was talking about. It's a 4-channel panel, and 4 inputs can be taken into this panel. Now my system is commissioned. The panel is getting on. It will take little time to get initialized. The system is initializing. It's checking all the circuitries, all the input connections, everything. It's showing the valve is closed. So can you open the valve? So now you can see if somebody is intentionally closing the valve, the panel will beeping and showing the valve is closed. The moment the valve is open, you can see cylinder valve normal, cylinder pressure okay. So it's a very beautiful system which is specifically being created for the need. We have not adapted any panel from the market. We have not bought anything from the market and just sold it. It's not like that. It's been customized for this requirement. This is very unique panel. It can monitor the valve position. Up to 4 cylinders can be monitored into one panel, and obviously it tells you whenever there is any fault in the system. That's what is the difference. Can you please open this before you are putting a fire? I'll show it. This is a PIU, which is the power interface unit. Generally, all the telecom sector players, they are using these kind of PIUs. We have done a lot of tests here, so you can see all the equipments are half burned and all. And still, despite of so many tests, a lot of MCBs are still into kind of functional mode. So they are absolutely correct. So system is safe. We would have done more than 100 fires into this still, because it's a quick actuation, so it doesn't damage much to your electronics or the electrical component. Despite of 100 fires, you can see there are a lot of components which are still safe and secure. So I'll tell my firefighter to light a fire. Can you please light a fire, please? So you get some petrol or heptane or anything so that we can have a quick fire. Lovely. Good. So now you will see, we'll go a little far off, and obviously we have to maintain a social distancing, so I'll request both the cameramen to stay a little away. Please light a fire. Thank you, Chandrapal. So now you can see, we are not closing because we would like to show you how the discharge and everything is happening. We can close it because generally electrical cabinets are into the closed position. So, show to the on the panel how the panel is sounded. Yeah, you look at this. So there was a fire. The heater has started sounding. You can see it's absolutely clean. There is no residue here. Nothing is left. So only the splash of the oil which is visible. This is the petrol which is left over when the system got actuated. You can see the rupture here. I'll show you a couple of examples of rupture. I have got a tube from earlier trials. I hope this is visible. You can see how it burst open. It's a flare. You see there's a miniature nozzle which is being created, and it's equal at both the sides. I can have multiple, more than one actually. So many of them. Look at this. This is also same. So every time when this rupture is happening, do you have any local tube also with you? Look at this. So every time this burst open like this only. Maybe we can call from some local tube also and show them what is the difference. So please feel free to write